Actually, no.
Okay.
So it's definitely God has that funny sense of humor because I was a terrorizer. I would keep people cars. I was bothering people.
Wow.
I was a terrorizer. Like some of those kids that are around there now, I'd be like, why'd you do that? I think about me back then. I was like,
Hypocrite. Yeah.
yeah. I'm like, I'm sorry for yelling at you because I did the same things.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Break That Cycle, where we help you turn obstacles into opportunities. Today's episode I'm really excited about, surviving the struggle. And I have someone here with me who is going to be able to shed some light on what that truly means and how to survive and how she's using that in her life to help others as well. I'd like to introduce you to Earlishia Oates. She is a mother of four, a fierce advocate, and the founder of Tampa's Eye Supplies Foundation, an organization dedicated to supporting families in low-income housing and breaking cycles of poverty and struggle. Her boots-on-the-ground approach to advocacy has made real change possible in her community, whether it's fighting for clean, safe housing or calling out systemic issues like the school-to-prison pipeline. She's been honored with awards like the Nehemiah Award from the CDC of Tampa, and her voice has reached national platforms, including features in the New York Times and Tampa Bay Times. But she's not just a headline. She's a hands-on leader who believes in one powerful message: we must do better for our kids. And through her work, she's showing us exactly what that looks like. Earlishia, thank you very much for joining us on Break That Cycle. Very excited to have you here. And we have a little bit of a history.
Yes, we do.
We are Leadership Hillsborough alumni.
Yes.
And we were just discussing, because sometimes it goes in a fog. You were in the class after my class.
After your class. Yes.
How was your experience? Not that we're giving a shameless plug to leadership, but how was your experience with that?
It was great. It was great. At first, I was a little worried because there was a lot of us in our class. But I met so many great people. That's where I met you and so many great other activists in the community.
Yeah.
So it really brought foundation to some of the work that I do to see that others are doing it as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. What was your reasoning to get into leadership? Do you remember?
To be honest, my reasoning was to get off of work. I was working for Metropolitan Ministries at that time.
Yes.
So to
very
get
good partner of Mary and Martha House.
To get that day off of work, a whole day off work, and to be in the community, I was like, sign me up.
You ain't got to ask me twice.
No.
That's funny. So when I look at your Facebook posts, and you're a posting machine. I don't know how you have time to do all this with everything that you're actually accomplishing in the community. But the one thing that always sticks out is when you say this: we need to do better for our kids. I'd like to go back. Why does Earlishia need to do that now? What did little Earlishia struggle through to get to that point?
Right. Yes, I always post our kids deserve better because I grew up in low-income housing over in Silver Oaks. It was Johnston and Kenneth Court back then. And just in Tampa.
Yes.
Just watching my mom do the best she can to provide for me and my brother. It was always interesting to see her go to work every day, come back, provide. We didn't want for anything. So now growing up and watching those same families that grow up that are in Silver Oaks, those kids that are in the community that I grew up with struggle, it's like, wait a minute, who's going to help those kids? Because I had someone over there helping me, and it was the office manager. So who's going to help those kids? Because now the new office managers, they don't have the time right now. Everything is changing, politics. So they don't have the time to do what the office manager had time to do for me.
Okay. I want to dig into that real quick. What do you mean they don't have the time? What is changing to where they don't have?
Trying to find money.
Okay.
The budget cuts everywhere. Mindset. The mindsets are different. The office manager we had lived in the community.
Yeah.
We called her auntie. She wasn't even the office manager. She was like community auntie.
Oh, that's cool.
My first time going to Disney World was with the office manager. She took a group of kids from Johnston and Kenneth Court to Disney World.
Wow. So, and how old were you? How long were you staying in Silver Oaks? Was this
My mom moved in Silver Oaks when I was 3 years old.
And that's where you grew up?
That's where I grew up. My mom passed away 3 years ago, actually, and she lived over there that whole time.
Wow. And what changes have you seen in the community over the years?
Some good, some bad.
Sure.
So we had a phase of greatness. Like you could see the remodeling, the way they're taking care of the property, and then we went through a phase of we don't care, right? We had.
Do you think it was we don't care or we don't have the resources?
It was more of we don't care. It was a lot of we don't care. Okay. Even with lack of resources, no mom should wake up with a rat nibbling on her newborn baby.
Yeah.
Like, it don't cost that much to put some pellets down to kill the rodents.
Yeah.
So it was the lack of caring for single moms. And I think sometimes like this new generation, they have a way of not caring because it's not them or it's not their family.
Okay. So out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah. You could tell the difference if it doesn't affect you, it's not a problem.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. I think that's a lot of places. Ignorance is bliss.
Yes.
It's a beautiful thing until it's not.
It is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's nice when you don't have to struggle and you don't have to worry about it until you do.
Right.
And then you're in trouble. Which is, hopefully some of the things that we can try and avoid with this podcast, getting some of this information out. Can you go into in depth with, as a child, as an adolescent, was there a certain incident that happened that led you to just have this fire in your heart that wants to help other people?
Actually, no.
Okay.
So it's definitely God has that funny sense of humor because I was a terrorizer. I would keep people cars.
No.
I was bothering people.
Wow.
I was a terrorizer. Like some of those kids that are around there now, I'd be like, why you do that? And I think about me back then. I was like,
hypocrite. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm sorry for yelling at you because I did the same thing. So I definitely was a terrorizer.
Yeah.
I actually ran into the lady from Wheels for Success the other day.
Okay.
And I got a car from them when I was 20.
Okay.
And you gotta do your volunteer hours and all that for their car. I ain't want to do no volunteer hours. So I'm like, I ain't doing this. Give me your car. And then they came and repoed my car. I was like, how y'all repo my car? Like, you gave it to me. And she was like, you do volunteer hours all the time now. Like, such an amazing thing. And that's why I say God has a funny sense of humor because I would never volunteer. I'm not doing any of that. and now I'm doing all of that.
And that's what you do pretty much. That's your life right now.
Yes. It's so fun. I'm like, okay, God, that's okay.
Do you still keep in contact with any of the kids that you used to terrorize the neighborhood with?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. And one Auntie Connie, one of the neighbors who used to beat my butt and send me home. She's out in the community being loud and proud. Yeah. And I'm like, Auntie Connie, you remember? She's like, yeah, I remember I used to have to beat you and run you home. And then I used to get a whooping from my mama too. I'm like,
oh yeah.
I was like, can you explain what the double whoopings mean? Like, why?
It's to teach you twice not to act up. Sometimes we don't learn.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness, that's funny. So, when you have the conversations with those people that you were kids with running around, do you see different mindsets? Do you are there still some people that are stuck in terrorizing mode? And can you attribute any of the difference between those that are still being little terrors, I guess big terrors, and those who have kind of figured it out and shifted?
Right.
Do you know of something that happened in their path that prevented them from either which way?
Yeah. So for me, it was my surroundings.
Okay.
I always hung out with the older crew.
Okay.
So I wasn't allowed as I got older to do certain things because I was still younger than all of them, but I hung out with the older crew. So some of them didn't have those role models or those people that they can go talk to and support. I have an amazing stepmom who just didn't play with me at all. And so you could see the ones that didn't have those supports
Mm-hmm.
and the ones that did. And most of their kids are in Silver Oaks now. And you can tell. I'd be like, oh, your mom is Tasha, and
Oh, wow.
I see you. I
Her.
see it. So now
Yeah.
let's talk about this because, and that's why I'm able to work so well with those residents because I grew up with their mothers or their fathers. So they're young moms and have their kids. And when I have conversations with them, they be like, okay. I'm like, do I need to call your mama?
Uh-oh.
Like, what we doing? And they call, oh, Miss Earlishia crazy. So just go on and do what she told you to do. Like, she is in love. It's all in love. So they listen.
Wow. That's kind of fun. Well, I guess not fun, but it's interesting to see how the different paths. So what would you attribute your path to?
I was Tampa Bay Tech. I got into this big old fight at Tampa Bay Tech, and my stepmom.
What was you fighting over?
It was
boy?
No, never. I was hot stuff back then and like hot tamale. One of the it was with a teacher.
Uh-oh.
And I didn't want to listen. And I felt we was walking down the stairs, and I felt someone push me, but it was another student. But I didn't like her, so we fought. And my stepmom came to our school, and she was like, "Girl, you done lost your mind."
Yeah.
And when she got done with me, and I was in high school,
Yeah.
I'm like, this lady is crazy. I need to get it together.
Yeah.
You know, so that kind of calmed me.
Yeah.
But then I started having children, and then the more calmness.
Sure.
I went through a phase of with my oldest three fathers with domestic violence, and it was like, okay, I got kids now. What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
So started joining an organization. Got into the National Coalition of 100 Black Women, and I was like, it's a lot of women here, and it's too much drama. It's the same drama in a different platform. Like, these are women with jobs, careers, and then you have the women over in the Silver Oaks with the same drama, but just different ways. I'm like, do I really want to do this? And so I had to really sit down and get my thoughts together, where I wanted to be and what I wanted to do, and look at those different spaces and figure out how I can use the good and the bad from both sides to see where I want to be in life.
No, I love that because I explain this to anybody really, employees, family members, younger family members. You're going to have negative experiences in your life. You're going to have really crappy bosses. You're going to have really crappy employees and peers. The only way you lose in that situation is if you don't learn from it.
Right.
And, I go back to a hotel that I used to work for, one of the early hotels that I used to work for, and I had a nighttime manager and I had a daytime manager, and I would switch between nighttime and daytime for my shifts. And nighttime manager would take me by the hand and be like, this is how we do this. This is how we operate this. This is what you do when you find a drunk guy in the hallway at 10:30 at night.
Right.
The daytime manager could care less about any, but I still learned from him. I know, and I remember how that made me felt. So now I don't want to portray that in the future.
Right.
Do you feel that you can kind of equate that to a mentor? The ones that you still see that maybe have not gotten it together the way that you have. Do you know if there's a lack of a mentor there?
It is. And even back to with the National Coalition of 100 Black Women, when I went in, it's an amazing organization, but I went in looking for the negatives. I went in looking for, Black women can get together and do things. Like, I went in with that mindset. So the first year or two when I was in, it was me. It wasn't even the organization. It was myself and my mindset. Okay. So even the young ladies with having a mentor, sometimes it's hard for them to see what you're trying to give them because they have already have that tunnel vision of, you don't care about me. You're here to judge me. You're not here to help me. So no matter what I do, if it's right or wrong, you're judging. Yeah. So that's why even mentors are great to have, but trying to change mindsets is what's got to happen first.
And which is a lot of what you do now.
I try.
You try. That's all we can do sometimes.
Yeah.
What what was the turning point for you when you finally realized that I need to do better or different? And I want to do better for myself, for my children. At what point did you decide I want to do this for other people now?
It was, I started doing case management. I had a caseworker, Miss Keisha, and she was an
Shout out, Miss
amazing
Keisha.
caseworker. But I want stuff when I want it. And I don't want to wait for you to be giving it to me. So I used to always go and find it myself. So I call her back. I'm like, Keisha, you ain't got to worry about it. I done found the resource. Girl, you good. So I end up getting a job with the FAST program as a caseworker because she was telling her supervisor, every time I try to help Miss Earlishia, she already did it.
You're resourceful.
And so she started looking and following that.
Yeah.
And her supervisor called me and gave me a job. I was like, what? What? I'm case management. I never thought about that. So ever since that's what changed and made me like, okay, I really want to help people because I can.
Yeah. Have you come across somebody in your case management days and you were like, that was me or this is me?
Yeah. All the time.
And okay. So it was a common occurrence for you.
That time.
How did that make you feel? And also, question 2, how much did that make you appreciate the people in your life that were guiding you?
Oh my gosh. And it's so funny because I have one that I'm working with now and she act just like me. I used to do. I'm like, girl, she loud, she go cuss, and she go talk, girl. And that's how we communicate. And she be like, Miss Earlishia, you can't talk to me like that. I was like, why I can't? You talking to me like that? Like, why I can't talk to you like that? So it's so funny because when she needs something, she call me. And she knows she gonna get this long lecture about life and things. And she just sit on the phone. She like, Miss Earlishia, you done? I was like, did you hear anything I just said?
Can you recite back one thing that I told you?
What did
please?
you learn from this? She was like, yes, I heard you, Miss Earlishia. But
That's
you
funny.
could see the transition.
Yeah, that's cool.
And she's not the one I can tell that to.
Yeah.
Because I think change scares her.
Okay.
So,
That's fair.
because I was celebrating her. She just graduated from HCC. She would have got her degree. Like, I was like, okay, girl, let's celebrate.
Yeah.
And then she stopped going to school. She because she was going to go to USF. She's like, no, I'm going to wait. Because she's not ready for the celebration yet. She's not ready to see. She is so used to people saying, oh, you're not going to be nothing. You're not doing nothing. When you celebrate her, it scares her. And then she slows down and she steps back.
Yeah. Yeah. I did not know about your domestic abuse situations. That's something new to me. Do you mind going into that a little bit?
Sure. Yeah.
Because I'm curious as to how much this fed into your psyche that you weren't good enough. You were not going to be anything important. You're definitely not going to be the person that's helping other people.
Right.
And you know, if three fathers, two different fathers, and it was the same situation with both.
One was physical, one was verbal.
Okay.
So I've dealt with both.
Yeah.
So with the 4 kids, 3 of the 3 oldest have the same father, and we fought like crazy.
Yeah.
And I mean, we fought like it was. I'm running him over with cars. I'm ready to climb through his mama window.
Oh my goodness.
Like it was crazy. I look back on it, I'm like, what? I don't even like you for real, sir. Like, why was I climbing in your mother's window?
Wow.
So yeah.
Okay, it's all right. And I just can't imagine you doing that. You're such a sweet person.
I
now,
know. That's what I be saying. I'm like, who was that person? Who was that?
Yeah. So how do you think that aided into this mentality of, well, who cares? Because nobody really has high expectations for me. Did that play into your scenario?
Not really, because my dad was the old saying, Rolling Stone. So all of his girlfriends always made sure that I knew I was loved and appreciated. And my mom made sure I knew I was loved and appreciated.
Sure.
But I had it coming from so many different ways.
Yeah.
But my dad did spend a lot of time in prison.
Okay.
So that played a part in it of not having him home. All was around me and supporting me was women.
Yeah.
And my stepmoms. So it was always when I got with my kid's father, I didn't have my father around a lot. Mm-hmm. So some of the things that I was looking for in him is because I didn't have a dad.
Got it.
So, and watching my dad hop from woman to woman, all those things played a part of it too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Did you think that was normal?
I did.
Yeah.
And so even now we're dealing with some of the women that's going through domestic violence. I'll be like, why? Why stay? And then I have to remember why I stayed.
Yeah.
It's hard to get out. People say, get out, why
Easier
deal
said
with
than
it?
done.
I would never go through that.
Yeah.
But you can never say never.
Yeah.
And I'm not scary. I'm a fighter. We whooped each other. Like I hit him with a brick. He'll hit me with it was the battle. Like it wasn't,
goodness.
but it was just so unhealthy.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I ended up having 3 kids from this guy in this unhealthy situation.
Yeah.
And thank God my kids are good. They're, doing their things. One at USF and one went to FAU and came back, but she's working at Tampa General now. And
Nice.
my son, he's doing his thing. So it was trying to make sure my kids didn't go into that cycle.
You got a lot to be proud of. Do you think that, would you say that your children were your first clients?
They were, especially my oldest daughter.
Sure.
Because we struggle.
Yeah.
Me and my oldest son, we are the best of friends. But my oldest daughter, we struggle with our relationship.
Sure.
And she's so mean. She is so mean and stubborn, and just like when I say I don't mess with you, I don't mess with you. You can walk by me and I will look in your face. You can start talking to me and I would not reply. And my daughter is the same way.
Oh, Lord.
Carly get on me about that all the time. Carly like, stop holding grudges for so long. I'm like, why not? Why not? So yeah. Yeah.
How would you rate yourself as a case manager for your kids?
It's a struggle. So for them, I'll say 5.
Okay.
Because
from their perspective.
Okay. Even depending on which child you talk to.
Okay.
So my baby girl and my baby boy Russell, they think I'm the world. Like the babies think I'm the world. My oldest, he. Depending on what he want that day, he would a while. Yeah. But my oldest daughter, we struggle, and then I have my community son. He thinks I'm the world. Like he's the one that's gonna take care of me. Him and my community daughter, like they gonna take care of me. My kids, they always starting to put me in a home. So, I had to go out and get some more kids and be like, hey,
Hey, look out for these ones.
Right.
Yeah, please.
Make sure they don't put me in a home. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's every kid's dream is to grow up one day and put their parents in a home and not have to deal with them.
I know. I'm like, what is going on? And my son laughs about it all the time. Depending on how you treat me this week is depending on what kind of home I put you in. I was like, what?
Yeah, no, I'll joke with my dad. He'll get on me about something. I'll be like, do you want them good diapers or do you want them bad diapers?
Right.
Real quick before we go to break, what looking back and kind of essentially just giving back to your own neighborhood, what's something that you're super proud of that you're going to hold on to from here until the end of time that you've been able to transform in your neighborhood?
In my neighborhood, in Silver Oaks, the fact that they did make some changes with the living with the rodents and the new management company they got in there, like they're really trying.
Good.
Like we fought hard for that, and it was a task. Like the late nights, the early mornings, the threatening calls, like it was interesting. So just getting through that and watching the residents being able to walk into a home that's not full of mold or full of rats was all worth it.
Oh, good. I love to hear that. I love to hear stories like that when things are transformed for the better. Mm-hmm. And especially from somebody who had to go through it at its worst.
Yes.
That's a beautiful thing. I definitely want to get into some more with you. We got to take a quick break. When we're back with Earlishia on the other side, we're going to talk about hard community action. We'll be right back.
Mary and Martha House is a beacon of hope. For over 4 decades, it continues to shine brightly and illuminate the path towards a better future for countless women and families in need. Since our humble beginnings in 1982, we have dedicated ourselves wholeheartedly to the noble cause of helping those affected by domestic violence and homelessness. Did you know that every day in communities all around us, 1 in 4 women and 1 in 15 children face the terrifying reality of domestic violence? Compassion is the cornerstone of everything we do. We approach each person with a deep understanding of their unique struggles and needs. We foster an environment where respect and appreciation are not just words, but guiding principles that shape our interactions and relationships. Each member of our dedicated team is held to the highest standard, ensuring that compassion guides every aspect of our work. Mary and Martha House is a place where hope takes root, love blossoms, and lives are forever changed.
Please spread the word. Help raise awareness about Mary and Martha House by sharing their mission, success, stories, and upcoming events on social media. By amplifying their message, you can reach a wider audience and encourage others to get involved or make a donation. Please remember, even the smallest act of kindness can make a significant difference in the lives of those in need.
Welcome back to Break That Cycle, here with Earlishia Oates. Before we left, we were talking a little bit about your time with Metropolitan Ministries and your work there. And then you got a call for another position with a familiar place. And this is Ounce of Care.
Yes.
And you were actually hired to work in your old neighborhood.
Yep.
How did first off, what was the feeling when you got that phone call, when you learned what exactly they wanted you to do?
Right. So first, one of the owners came down and took me to eat. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, I love a free meal. And she was like, pick where you want to go. I was like,
Burns.
Yes, let's go spend some money.
Charlie's.
Like, why you want to meet with me? What is wrong? So they that was the interview. I didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh man, they should have told me this was an interview, because I was telling it all. Like, y'all need to do this and do that and da-da-da-da. And she called me a couple days later. She said, I want you to apply for this position. I was like, for what? Like, why would I do that? She was like, just apply. I said, okay, why not? And then I got a call from Ounce of Care, and it was like, Erica wants you to work in Silver Oaks, and at that time was Jackson Heights.
Okay.
Silver Oaks and Jackson Heights as the community navigator, because you're already doing the work, bringing in the resources and doing events in the apartments. I was like, well, how much they paying? And she gave me this little low number. I was like, girl, I don't leave my house for that. But I was like, in my head, I was like, well, that's good. So don't even pay me that much. And I was like, but you came to me, so that means you want me. So I was like, yeah, I don't leave my house for that. Mm. So we did some negotiating, and I was like, these people are serious, because I really thought they were going to come back and be like, no, thank you, whatever,
sure,
right?
But
they came back and was like, we have to have you. We
still want you, yeah.
We have to have you, because the residents love you. You already know the community, and you're already doing it.
You're already doing it.
So why not get paid? I was like, okay. But it was hard for me to leave Metro.
Yeah. Oh no, great organization, and they do great things in the Tampa and other counties as well. They've grown tremendously. Yeah. Like I said earlier, we love our partnership with them, and we're super happy to have them in our corner. So, but this was a little different though for you, because this was really, tapping back into your home, into your childhood. Were you a little nervous at all?
I was, because it was like, are y'all gonna hire me then fire me because I done called you out on a lot of stuff? What's the plan?
Where's the angle?
Yeah, like what y'all finna do? Mm-hmm. So at first I was nervous. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna step out and see. Yeah. But I left Metro in good terms.
Sure.
Just in case.
Absolutely.
But it was
which is a lesson for anyone. Mm-hmm. Anyone listening.
Always
never burn your bridges.
No.
Yeah, you never know.
So far so good. Yeah. It's definitely testing me to be a little more structured
Sure.
in some of the things I do, because when I was doing it on my own, I could just pop up one Saturday and be like, hey, I want to give out food. I want to give out diapers.
Right.
Now I have to be a little more structured in the things I do and document.
Yeah.
Back then it was me just doing me, you know, all that, the numbers and all that didn't matter. So yeah.
And so your foundation, Eye Supplies, do you consider this an extension of what you're already doing with Ounce of Hope, or is this something totally different that Earlishia's just doing?
It's something different. So with Eye Supplies, it would initially started with the moms in Rogues, and then we spread it when it came with education.
Okay.
Unfortunately, a lot of the kids that live in Rogues or Columbus Court, Jackson Heights, they go to the lowest performing schools in our district.
Right.
And it was a problem for me, especially when I hear a school board meeting and it was like, oh, James is the lowest performing school and the kids don't want to learn. I'm like, yeah, the kids do want to learn. Like, how are we going to support them to make sure they are learning?
Right.
So it was, and that's where like the passion really stemmed from when it comes to our children deserve better, because we the adults, like, we have to make sure the kids have a foundation.
Yeah.
Because like we was talking earlier, they go either put us in a nursing home, a good one or a bad one, right? So we have to make sure they're able to even put us in one.
Yeah. Going back to the poor schools that these kids are going to, one thing that I wanted to touch on is the idea of school to prison. What is that? What does that mean to you?
That we're preparing them to eventually have a booking number. So they say, third grade, you fail that FSA test, they already have a bed ready for you for prison.
Wow.
And the fact that that's even a statement to say,
that's sad.
When we have so many kids that struggle in third grade, and they probably can pass all the work, it's the test. You letting a test decide if a child is going to be in prison or not, it's heartbreaking and it's a problem.
It is a problem because not all, even as adults, you throw something in front of someone and say, hey, figure this out. Boom, boom, boom. Now, hey, I'm testing you, or I'm quizzing you now. And people get nervous. Yeah. And just the label of it itself. There's been more, I guess, evidence over the past, I'd say maybe decade and a half, of different learning styles, and that kids will, and adults will learn different ways. I only recognized this maybe a few years ago when I was going for my bachelor's, finally. Hey. Take that, Mom. That I was an audio learner. If you put a book in front of me and told me to read, by the second paragraph, I've already checked out. I may still be reading. I'm not absorbing. But you give me an audio book or a text on audio, textbook on audio, I will retain that information. Right. I didn't learn that till I was near 40, and when the children, they're much smaller and more fragile, and why can't we incorporate that into their teachings and their education system? That blows me away about the FSAs and that and you're absolutely right that's even a thought. Never mind even spoken. Right. So where does Earlishia come in to save the day? Where are you stepping in where the school systems are not? Right.
Being that voice for that parent who they say never show up. Educating parents on not being, you don't have to always say the right things when you go to the school, but just coming and showing your face. Sure. So we have, you have kids with IEPs or 504s, you have the PTA meetings or conferences, and you have the parents that show up. They go show up in sometimes they pajamas, sometimes it's, different type of bonnet on their head, and they're already judged. Oh yeah. And so when they open their mouths and don't say the right word or the right things,
nothing's received.
Even more judged. Yeah. So now you're judging the children. Yeah. Because you can see how a parent that shows up, child is treated differently than a parent that doesn't. And it's just it's a problem. So my son, for example, he went to Lato High School last year. I only showed up when I needed to. I'm a very active parent in all PTAs, all things. But I saw how they tried to treat him differently based on because his mother, I wasn't there a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I started sending others. I'm like, I don't have to show up. You know, he got 100 mentors. He has 100 uncles and aunties. Like, I'm going to send somebody else. But I saw how they treated him. And I was like, whoa.
What types of things did you see?
The lack of communication stopped. Like,
Okay.
The way they communicated. When I called, how long it took them to call back. And I'm like,
Wow.
is you crazy? And what was interesting to me was, y'all, they know I'll make a phone call. Like,
Yeah.
I'm that parent. I'm like, really? So it was very, very interesting because parents don't have the school superintendent phone number in their phone.
Right.
I got, man, I'm going to call Van. Van, what's up? What are you people doing? I'm on Young, what's up? You know, but most parents don't.
Sure.
So the fact that the teachers knew that I'll call
You're
someone.
Right.
And you still treated my child differently than the other parents that are up there every day, that are coming to all these unnecessary meetings. I have to work. So it was interesting.
So you're not only attacking it from the child's point of view, but you're also attacking it from the parent's point of view. Yes. And that's huge because that in its own is a cycle that needs to be broken. And more people need to be understanding that. I have a running joke on this show. It's you only know what you know.
Yeah.
I say it every episode. And you only know what you know. But and this is just another case of a cycle that needs to be broken and that needs to be talked about. Because so-and-so's parent doesn't show up doesn't mean that they don't care.
Right.
They're just doing what they were taught, what they saw from their parents and their guardians. And it's very easy for society to throw away the people that have been lost. And it's rare to see somebody really take the time and effort and put it into someone.
Right.
Even if it's difficult, even if it's hard, somebody did that with you, or else you'd still be running around terrorizing, right?
People.
So
what does showing up mean?
Yeah.
So I always ask the school and the teacher, what does showing up look like for you?
Right.
Because for me, if a parent sent you an email, I replied to a text message. They showed up.
Yeah.
And just because you don't see their faces, like now so it's always trying to understand for others, what does showing up look like for you? Because showing up, it could come in different ways. Parents feel like I checked his agenda, I looked at his homework, I showed up.
Right.
So it's mindset and even with the teachers, being understanding of, and my teacher friends get upset with me when I say it. They don't go to conference. You do not see a teacher at a conference. Why? Because they're at work.
Yeah.
Because they're teachers. They have to be at work to host the conference.
Yeah.
So because I work at McDonald's and I can't leave work, now I'm
bad
parent.
Yeah.
But it's okay for you not to come to conference because you're at work because you're a teacher. How is that?
Let me play devil's advocate, though. On the other side, as the teacher, and all your teacher friends are going to love me for this one, but as the teacher, if you have somebody who you're trying to communicate with and they can't, for whatever reason, whether they don't care or whether they just can't physically do it, how is the teacher supposed to know to reach out to that individual when they got 9 million other things going on? And I think this is not just a teacher conversation. This is a society conversation.
Correct.
As humans, and I'd be the first to admit this, we're all selfish. We take care of ourselves first, right? We take care of us first, and then in most cases, we take care of our family next, and then everyone else is good. And I have preached that as well to my daughter. You take care of your house first, and when your house is good, then you can take care of your neighbor. And that's just natural. I don't see anything wrong with that. However, what I do see a problem with is the lack of compassion and understanding that some people don't, that they should have, that they don't carry with them, and they don't allow themselves to see people in a different light. They think that the life that they lived is the way everyone else lived, and that this person doing this means they're a bad person or whatever the situation is. So how do you how do you get those lines unblurred
Right.
and together moving parallel in the same direction?
Right. So funny because, like I said, I have teacher friends, and
Not anymore. Not
all
after
right.
that comment you made.
And it was so funny because, like, I fought a teacher growing up, right? So, and God's sense of humor,
Right.
It's having issues with my baby. Ooh, my baby. But having those conversations with my teacher friends come to where they are. Like literally last week we had Jennings Middle School teachers rent a bus to come to Silver Oaks and come meet the parents and the students you're going to teach.
Wow.
Like, that's where we are now. You have to leave your school.
Yeah.
Just like I say about the pastors, leave your church and come into the community, because that's where the people are.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, without the children, without those parents, you don't get a paycheck.
Exactly.
And we understand, no, they're cutting, they losing seats, they're losing teachers. Like, come.
Yeah.
And we had such a good time.
Yeah, I bet.
Such a good time.
Did you see or feel any sort of transformation there?
I did.
Yeah.
Just to see the kids that were going off to high school from middle school from Jennings, hugging their teachers, and the teachers like, oh, that was my student.
Middle school?
Yeah, like that was my child. Like that. That, and one had never seen the parent. That was her first time. Child was at Jennings for 4 years.
Yeah.
Never saw the mom. Just talked to her on the phone.
Yeah.
That was her first time seeing her face to face, and for them to hug each other and the mom to say thank you
Wow.
for what you did for my child, because
Yeah.
I don't have a car and Jennings is not on the bus ramp and I couldn't get to you.
Wow.
But I appreciate you treating my daughter and loving on my child when she was in your space.
See, those are the types of conversations and the types of interactions that almost force people to do good.
Yeah.
Right? Because your friend's going to remember that.
Yeah.
They're going to remember what that felt like when somebody who they probably thought was an absent parent.
Yeah.
Other than on the phone call. And to them, that could have been not showing up. But
Right.
to have that conversation to say, you know what? You looked out for my kid and it's really appreciated.
Thank you.
And that will move forward, like that, the euphoria from that and the
Right.
endorphins, like, I got to do this again,
Yes.
and then I'm going to
Yes.
help another kid do the same thing. And I'm going to, and it just, man.
Yeah, we set a foundation at that day where when I told the teachers, if you don't hear from that parent, call me. I'm here. I had to be here anyway, so folks, I had to be there. It's my job, so I can definitely get up and go knock on the parent door and be like, "What's up? Your baby acting up in school, or your baby needs some support in this area.
Yeah.
What can we do to get help?"
Yeah.
So it's that partnership now where they have me, we have the office manager, we have the moms. Like, it's a whole different, that village.
Yeah.
We definitely are trying to bring back that village model.
Now, the community that you grew up in, you said has made some great strides getting things in line for the safety and security of the people in the community.
Right.
What do you think is still today one of the biggest misconceptions about the community that you come from, and what ways can we as a community, a larger community, and just as humans,
Right.
what can we do to stop with the false narratives, to stop spreading rumors, and to actually get truth?
To stop saying they don't want any better. They don't want better. Women in low-income housing, they don't want an education. They don't want to get up and get a job. They don't want. Stop
Okay.
saying that, because they do want
Yeah.
better. Who doesn't want better
Yeah.
for themselves and their children? Who doesn't want their kids to grow up with the fathers? Like, that's something, when they say that, I'm like, well, why would you think they don't want it? Because unfortunately, that's what people think. Black women in low-income housing don't want nothing but to lay on their butts all day, spend their food stamps,
Collect unemployment.
and
all
that's
that.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's not true.
Right.
I have some women that literally will come down. Anything I ask them to do, they get up, they come, they go put on clothes,
Yep.
they go, like, they want better.
Yeah.
But who's trying to show it to them?
That's
They've
the key.
never seen it.
That's
So
the
we
key.
can't want someone to want something they have never really seen.
Yeah. Or don't even know what it looks like to obtain. And I can testify to that. We do that every day. we have women that come into the shelter and they don't have a job. They don't have a car. They don't know what a bus route is. They don't know anything. And to the normal, quote unquote, normal person, they're just lazy. They're not fighting for it. They're not working hard enough. No, it's because they haven't been taught.
Right.
They haven't been shown.
Right.
They don't know what educational opportunities are out there. They don't know what it takes to, to do a 2-year course and then get a job paying $20-25 an hour. They've never been taught any of this. And so this is what, and I really love what you do, because it's not just, I know the name is iSupplies, but you're not just handing out supplies to people.
No.
Like there's more advocacy to this. And I'm a firm believer that communication is key in almost every facet of your life, whether it be with a partner, whether it be with your children, whether it be with your coworkers. There has to be communication, and meeting people where they are in the community is no different.
Yeah.
You have to be able to have those conversations and really understand. It's oh my God, I could talk about this forever. So, but what types of things are you guys accomplishing, either on the Ounce of Hope side or on the iSupply side? How are you combating that misconception?
Right. We getting driver's license. We have some ladies that were driving with no license for years. And it was just go take a test. Like, go take the test, girl. Like, it's like, no, Miss Earlishia, I'm going to fail. I'm like, no, let's study. Let's get this done. It's the small, simple things. When a couple of the ladies went, and like 10 of them all was going together back to back to get their driver's license. And to see them celebrating, like, I can literally drive and don't have to go down the back street when I see a police because I'm legit. Was like, okay, that's a win for us. Yeah. So the small things, it's the small things for me. When we have women that struggle with cleaning, when I can go into your home and see, okay, you don't have dishes in your sink. You may have some clothes on here, and but you took a step. Yeah. Because usually when I come to your house, your sink full of dishes. Yeah. Just taking steps. So little win, I'm celebrating all wins. Little wins, big wins.
Absolutely.
All wins.
And all that does is that builds that confidence up to give you the motivation and the empowerment to go higher, to go bigger, to go bolder, which is beautiful. In your community, knowing what obstacles there are, and also knowing that your community is not alone in this. There are many other communities that are probably struggling with the same things. What's some advice you can give to some of these people in the communities? One, to not lose hope.
Right.
Two, how to teach them to advocate for themselves. Not everybody has Earlishia there in their corner, right? And so the ones that do are very lucky to have you. But there are many people out there that don't have that that luxury of having someone who's going to advocate and fight for them, and even show them what a fight looks like. Right. What advice can you give to someone that is maybe in that situation? If we could broadcast you on network news, all across America, right. What advice would you give to the people that you're giving in your community now to help them?
You're deserving. You are deserving of everything that you want. All the things that you desire, you're deserving of it. It's okay to fail and try again. And there are other apartments. We have Central Court, Columbus Court, Jackson Heights, and Silver Oaks, right? And they're the same, but they're so different, right? The communities are the same, low-income housing, single moms, but it's so amazing at how different the women are. Okay. And so with Silver Oaks, I tell them, you are worthy of having more and better. But I'll go to Jackson Heights and I'll say something different because most of them, they're like, I know I'm good. I'm good. They got a little cockiness over there a little bit. So just reminding them that being a single mom is okay because they struggle sometimes over in that area.
Absolutely.
I got to do it all by myself. So in each area with different women, and it's so interesting to see that you have 4 different apartments with the same type of women, single moms, but the mindsets are so different.
Really?
So different.
Wow. So
it's interesting. Even the kids, it's so like, whoa. Like Columbus Court, some of them ain't coming outside. You can bring the Tom G, the rapper. You can bring Obama. You can bring something free, anything. A lot of them not coming out.
Yeah.
But you could take that same thing to Silver Oaks and they go get up. Miss Earlishia outside. They won't even know what's out there. They just know Earlishia outside. And they know when I'm coming with something good. Yeah. So they just, they getting up and coming. So it's very interesting to see the dynamics of the different neighborhoods.
Awesome. Again, I do want to get into eye supplies. We're going to take one more quick break. On the other side, we're going to talk to Earlishia about her foundation, Eye Supplies. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Break That Cycle. Earlishia, we're going to get into Eye Supplies Foundation here in a second. But real quick, I want to touch on, you're in the community a lot, okay? You're out there with the teachers. You're out there with political figures. You're out there with, I guess, the movers and shakers, as you would say, in our county. Who do you feel possesses the most power to make change in our communities?
Ooh. That's a good question.
Yeah, thank you. I'd like to take credit for it. But,
right. Yeah. For me, I'm going to say the coaches.
Okay.
Coach Jamal over at Jackson High Park, Go Yet Center. Because the coaches have such an impact on our children.
Yeah.
To see his relationship with my son and other boys, where I go to the park, I be like, where's Russell with Coach Jamal? I was like, of course. Where's King like with Jamal? Just, they have a way of reaching our children, and they don't get a lot of credit for it.
Okay.
They don't get, for Parks and Recs, they're open until 10 o'clock at night.
Wow.
Doing especially during the summertime.
Yeah.
7 to 11.
Yeah.
And it's a safe place for our kids to go. So they have our kids' ears. They're influenced by, the kids are influenced by them. So they are able to really pour into our children to help them make changes for themselves to build the society that we really need.
Yeah. So you think, the coaches, in your mind have a so your teacher friends are going to hate you even more now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So he told me to say that, April.
So, but what may surprise some people with that answer is that you didn't say politicians, because naturally most people would say that the politicians are the ones that are able to make things happen.
Politicians are pushed on friendship. So I have a lot of politician friends. Rep Hart, we're really close. I call her, I ask her for something, she get it done. But then you have, if I didn't know Rep Hart, I can call her. You don't know me. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Maybe, maybe not.
Sure.
We have some of the politicians, not Rep Hart saying Rep Hart would do that.
Yeah.
But you have some politicians that if they don't know you, they're not doing nothing. They're gonna make you feel good on the phone, or if they see you in public, give you, oh yes, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna save this, I'm gonna write this bill and I'm gonna push this agenda.
Yeah.
But realistically, do they?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's really who you know.
Yeah. When do you feel like the system is too big, and how do you fix it? How do you keep moving forward?
The system is too big, right? But you just got to keep pushing. You have to. I've learned to stay in my lane.
Okay.
Because I struggled with that.
Okay.
Even with Eye Supplies, I struggle with when I need something from my community. And people say, I'm going to do it, and they don't. Oh, you on a Facebook post with a tag. And I'm going to tag you. Did you just say you going to bring 500 boxes of diapers, and I ain't heard from you, or you ain't called back, you ain't text? I am going to tag you in a post. so you won't be confused about how I feel about you.
I'm making notes up here to never say yes to you about anything.
Because I am holding you accountable. Oh,
No,
my
you
gosh.
should, though. You
Oh.
should. You should.
Even politicians, I tag them all.
You should. Absolutely. If you're going to say something, just do it. If you can't commit to it, don't tell me you're going to do it, right?
Yeah, just say no.
Yeah.
Just say no.
Okay.
So that's, I struggle with that. I've gotten so much better.
Okay.
Even with Carly Hills, our leadership classmate, Earlishia, did you call the person before you made the post? I was like, they go see it. I tagged them. Like, what I need to call them for? They know what they did not do. So why do I need to call them and tell them they didn't do it? So well, why do you have to post it? Like, have a conversation. And so Carly is my peacemaker, or she's my accountability
she's the
partner.
Angel. Yeah.
Yeah.
You keep her around.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
doing
like,
good. You're doing good.
I'd be looking at whatever, Carla. Yep.
That's funny. So getting into eye supplies, where was this a long time in the making and just kind of gradually moved into eye supplies, or did you wake up one day and be like, I got to do this?
I was doing all the work, and it got to a point where my friends was like, girl, I ain't got no more money to give you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, well, her lights off.
ask
Can I
somebody
get
else.
$20? And like, I got a group check. If all y'all send me $20, I can get her lights back on.
Wow.
And then one of my friends texted me back, was like, if you start a nonprofit, you can get grants and you can help get her lights back on, because I don't have no money for you.
Yeah.
I said, well, I can do that too, but I'm still need your $20. So, and April Cobb, she was in the last class with Leadership Hillsborough. Yeah. When I say my BS is her BS.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, what you done sign me up for now?
Mm-hmm.
So she was mainly one, Earlishia, what we doing?
Oh.
You know, we gotta set boundaries, because I was a lot of money for my home and her home and other friends. It's like, okay, you have to do it the right way so you can be beneficial to others.
Sure.
Because even with me giving out my pockets out of my house, I still have kids.
Yeah.
And them giving out of their houses, it's like, okay, teachers don't make no money. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I need new friends. I need some new friends with some money. Like, where the money friends at? So yeah.
So this was a gradual. Is that where it started? Just trying to get someone's lights back on?
It started when so right before my mom got really sick. A lot of residents were calling, asking, saying, "Hey, Miss Earlishia, do you know a resource for this, a resource for that?" I was like, "Sure." And it takes so long sometimes for these programs to help. Mm-hmm. And then you have a mom with 4, 5, 6, 7 kids, maybe 12 and 13, and they're in the dark. It's like, okay, I'm waiting for you to process my paperwork, which I get. Yeah. But we still have these kids in the dark.
Still in the dark.
So it was like, okay, like, what am I going to do? How am I going to effectively be able to help? So that's where I was like, okay, let me get the paperwork together. Yeah. And my boss at the time for Metro was Jalen Robinson. Mm-hmm. He has a mentor group called Bubba. And he was like, Earlishia, I'll do the paperwork for you. You just got to do it. I was like, okay. And then he called me, what's your name? I was like, I don't know. He's like, what you do? I said, I supply them with resources and needs. So that's where our supplies came from. There it is. So he was like, okay. And then he called me, well, your paperwork is done. And I was like, how much I owe you? Because was that a donation? He was like, no, cash out me. But I was like, okay, I'll get you on the first or the third.
That's when you start texting the teachers, hey, I need 20
bucks. Cash out Jalen, because I don't know what he's talking about. But yeah.
Wow, that's cool. How did did your teacher friends appreciate that? Did you stop hitting them up all the time?
I have not.
Okay.
I still hit them up.
Oh, you do?
Like,
still?
I still hit them up, because my thing is, if they get too comfortable of me not hitting them up, they might forget, and I have to remind them every now and then, like, hey, you know. And you like, have you ever met Gary Hartfield? No. He has a non-profit Serenity Village. Okay. And I hit him up all the time. At this point, he need to claim me on his taxes, 'cause I'd be like, Gary, what you doing? Like, I text them for back to school. Hey, I have some kids that I signed you up for taking back to school shopping. And he was like, what does that look like? Yeah. And my friend Brandon, I text her, hey, I signed you up to take a kid shopping for back to school. They're like, what does that look like? You know, I was like, no. Very
different for different people and different ages as well.
Right. I'm like, well, you know, just a couple of dollars, buy some shoes and socks and Brandy, she took the teenage girl who was going into high school shopping, and she was like, girl. I said, but we love you, Brandy. And Gary was like, I'm not going shopping, so how much do I need to send you? I was like, do you really want me to tell you what I want you to send me? So he definitely was able to bless 4 kids with uniform, shoes, and
that stuff ain't cheap.
No.
Oh, good for him.
No.
It's nice that you have people like that. But see, that's something that you're not only, you called I Supplies because you supply things to people, but you're also forming a community. Like, and I know you're not the type of person to be like, okay, thanks for the money, and not talk to them till you need money again. Like there's affirmation to that. And that just continues to fuel and build the community that you guys are trying to make better and to improve every day. It may seem so small to help someone out with school supplies, but it's really not. Because if you put it in the context, it's not the same. Me going school supply shopping is not the same for you going school supply shopping. We have different ideas of what school supplies are. And just the little simple gesture of being able to do that is huge, especially these days with prices, you know, all that. But so those are some of the little things that really affect a community in a positive way. What do you think would be your biggest, most grandiose accomplishment thus far as I Supplies?
When the young lady we talked about earlier got her college degree.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I see you. Like, that was such a big deal because they say people in Silver Oaks don't go to college.
There you go.
And she did.
Yeah.
She got her AA, and she's an amazing mother.
Yeah.
But she was one of the ones, like, baby, Keisha was Earlishia in this, as they say.
Okay.
Where, you know, Sonny was always like, Earlishia out there, Earlishia again.
Yeah.
So, but to see her grow,
Yeah.
and even just the mindset and watching her daughters smile to celebrate their mom, like, it's a different feeling.
And it gives them hope for their future. How long were you walking with her through that journey?
Oh, shoot. Me and Keisha been going back and forth for about 6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's anytime I call her, she coming. She coming. I call her, I'm like, hey, I need help down here. I'm coming, Miss Earlishia. What you need? Like, she's one of them, but, you know, she want to hang out. She was hanging, and, you know, she's not old. She's still a young lady. So, yeah. But she's doing her thing, and I just love watching her. But I don't celebrate her too much because she wanted, like, okay, I'm gonna step back because you celebrate me now. Now I'm afraid of what's next. So, but she's doing her thing. Yeah.
Well, you know, and luckily she has someone like you who can just guide her to the next step, because where do we stop? There is no stopping. No. You stop when you want, but other than that, keep going. I love that. I love to hear that.
And everybody needs someone to guide them.
Yes.
So even with me, like I tell them all the time, I still don't have it all figured out. I'm still trying to figure it out. Like my son, I have one left in school, and he was able to go school shopping and buy whatever he wanted. But you catch me 4 years ago, babe, we going to that good old Walmart. You better, you know. And it was a struggle. Like, and they don't see that. Yeah. They're like, oh, Miss Earlishia, she got it all together. She come from Silver Oaks, and she got It's
a lot of work.
No, I'm still struggling. I still reach out to my circle and my mentors, because I get discouraged too. Sure. Because it's hard.
Yeah. What's one piece of advice you could give people going through that struggle to keep them moving forward, at least maybe to the next step?
Right.
To give them a little bit of empowerment and a little bit of self-confidence to maybe carry forward with them. Anybody who's listening to this right now, if they're, surviving the struggle is a catchy topic. But for somebody really struggling and really looking to survive, what can you give them to help them at least get to that next step?
Don't think that everything on Facebook and Instagram is the Bible, right? You don't stay in your lane and not try to do what everyone else is doing. You don't have to be like the Joneses. You don't have to be like your next door neighbor. Focus on your path and what you're trying to do, because when we start looking at others' papers and others' we want to cheat a little bit, Oh, okay, well, she got a new car. How can I go get a new car? Now you getting depressed about, but you don't know how she got that car.
Right.
You work and you're downing yourself, saying, well, dang, we both live in low income housing, and she has this, or she has the best hair, or she has that. Now I want it. Worry about you.
Yeah.
Stay your lane, stay in your path, because when it's your time, it's gonna be your time.
I love that. What's you got any big plans for iSupplies? What's next?
I am fingers crossed.
Okay.
I am working because I want to work with teen moms and young moms to help them understanding why reading to their kids while they're pregnant is so important.
Okay.
So we're working on some grants and some projects to just make sure we have books in the hands of teen moms, and encouraging them to read, because unfortunately some of our teen moms can't read too.
Sure.
So giving them those cat in the hat books to read to their child is not also, it's helping the baby develop, but it's also helping them too.
And when you're ready to do that, I know plenty of people down here that are in that realm, so please let me know and I can get you connected to them, because I think that's great. That's a beautiful thing.
We are so far I have one staff. I got staff, y'all.
You got staff?
I got staff.
Okay.
And just having, and she's able to have real conversation with those teen moms, so they don't feel overwhelmed, and we'll follow them while they're pregnant, and at the end when they have their baby, give them books and start them up. I'm big on book libraries all of a sudden.
Okay.
I want a book library in everybody's house.
Okay.
So they can have that as a reminder for them and their kids.
Yeah.
Like, oh, mommy read to you when you was a baby, and we're going to give them diapers, give them things to get started, but we'll support them until that 6 months, because postpartum is a real thing.
Oh, yeah.
And just being there to support them through that and love on them and the baby, and still remind the mom that reading is important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I ask anybody that is working for a nonprofit, founded nonprofit, whatever this case is, what do you have on your whiteboard? Where do you see iSupplies 20 years from now?
20 years from now,
What big ideas do you have?
I see it actually being ran by more of the community.
Okay.
My Silver Oaks moms actually running iSupplies.
Okay.
And pouring back into their community. I see them, the ones that I'm working with now, being out of Silver Oaks into their own homes.
Yeah.
And where they're able to now run iSupplies and go back into the community and uplift the same way I uplift them to get them to the next level.
Nice. All right. So who do we need to call out? Go ahead and look in that camera. Call them out.
Whew, I caught a lot of them. Y'all know who y'all are. I'm gonna need y'all to get it together, because in 20 years, I plan on being on the beach somewhere, watching y'all grow and help each other grow.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's so crazy because we talked about the kids earlier. My kids are like, that's not what I want to do.
Yeah.
So I can't even leave it to them. So I'm going to need you ladies. Like, come on, get it together. And they want to. And I think that would be what we do different with the nonprofit, is having the community actually run it and keep on generation after generation supporting each other.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Well, Earlishia, I won't take any more of your time. I know you got a long drive home.
Oh, he got me out of town.
That I'm sure I'll read a text later about how long the journey was, so I'm already prepared for it. But thank you so much for coming out.
Oh, thank you for having me, Bill. Really I appreciate it.
Thanks again for watching another episode of Break That Cycle. Again, I want to thank Earlishia Oates, and I will have information on iSupplies in the description and the comments of the video and of the audio. So if you guys feel the need to donate, please do. It's a great cause. They're helping out a lot of people. And until next time, remember, keep learning, keep growing, and keep breaking that cycle. We'll see you next time.